Hey guys, welcome back to Money Making Mondays, where every second Monday I take a property that looks like a good investment opportunity and I show you guys where it is, show you guys the property itself, and then I look at comparable properties on Airbnb and using Airbnb analytics to show what kind of numbers this could give you in returns. And then I actually plug all my numbers into my spreadsheet and show you exactly what numbers I'm using and why I'm using them. So today we are going into Las Glorias area of Puerto Vallarta. We're going to a condo. So here we got the bay, Puerto Vallarta down here. And so up here, this is where the airport is and the marina. Coming down here past Versailles and into Las Glorias, which is here, and then into Cinco de Diciembre, Centro, and Zona Romantica. So let's just take a look here. So we're going to go in. Now this condo that we're going to go looking at is pretty much a new build, so it doesn't even show up on the map. Oh, it is. Okay, the first part is there. So it's in this building right here. It's beachfront. It's gorgeous. Let's take a look. So this is the common area pool down below. Now these units, like this whole building is, I like to call it a sexy building. They got the different mood lighting with the LED strips in the recessed ceilings. Ocean views. Now this is what I like. Check this out. So this is just a studio apartment. So we got the bed and there's the living room separating it. And then this over here is the washroom. And it has no walls. It's all glass with like stained glass over top of it. So it's some privacy, but it's still kind of not that private, if you know what I mean. But I think it's a really cool idea, especially if there's only going to be a couple in there. Like, oh, what a great time. There's a better look at it right there. And this comes fully furnished, fully equipped. It's already an operating Airbnb. Look at the views. It's incredible. So this building right here, they're actually building it right now. And it's going to be like, I think it's going to be 27 stories high. So this building that they're in is only 12 stories. They're building it next door. I have some other footage. Oh, there's a better idea there with the stained glass. The pool there's multiple pools down here. Then this pool is a cool pool. It sticks out. Yeah, look at that, elevated over the beach. And sticks out right there. Like, that's such a romantic little spot to just stare at the ocean, especially when the sun is setting. Oh, just glorious. So there's the unit right there. Beautiful place. Okay, let's look at the specifics of this. So we're looking at, like I said, it's a studio. They're calling it. Every unit comes with a parking deed. There's a above ground like parking building behind it. Everyone gets a unit. Now I have in here the strata. It has a gym. It comes with water, or sorry, yeah, the water's included in the building, maintenance, obviously the gardening, all the common space, Wi-Fi, all of that is included. Yeah, so let's take a look at a couple of comparable Airbnbs that are literally in this building. I think just because of the time frame that I was searching, I didn't see this exact one, but they were all going from between $1,000 in kind of more of the off season to like $1,300-$1,400 a week Canadian to stay in, and like these are all so directly comparable. Because they're literally just studios in the exact same building. All of them are. So it was really easy to pull out the numbers there. So everything that's green here is in pesos. Then I convert it at the bottom to Canadian for operating expenses. Your HOA that's like 200 and let's call it $250 for monthly HOA for that place. Which, I mean, I know it's a studio, but still, considering all the pools and there's a gym in there, that's not too bad. So the asking price is 602 Canadian. I believe that's 440 or 441 USD. Closing costs always estimated at 6%, giving you $36,000 upfront closing costs. No furniture is needed because that place is already rock and rolling as Airbnb. And what I did was, being that you'll get more bookings, about 70% of your bookings are going to come from high season times. So I took a number of $1,230 a week. And just so you know, that dollar value is taken before they add on the taxes. So there's what's called an EVA tax, which is, and then on the other end of it, you pay a withholding tax essentially of 17%. So that's calculating before that, before the Airbnb fees. So we don't have to worry about calculating those out, because I'm calculating the base rate of the income before all that is added on. So we are calculating it with a 85% occupancy rate, which there was a couple of these that were in the 90s. It all depends on how it's managed, of course, and the service that you're providing, and the quality of the unit. So I put a 21% management fee. That's pretty much standard across the board, between 20 and 25% for management costs. So between that and a 85% occupancy rate, we got income of $3,129 after all the operating expenses that you see on the left in the green that was in pesos that we later converted, because that's, $455 a month for operating expenses on a condo like that is not bad at all. That's all your bills. Let's see what I got in there: electricity, Wi-Fi, gas, water, repairs and consumables, which I put in 600 pesos. That's not very high, but assuming you're refilling their coffee or honey or soaps or whatever, it doesn't have to be that high. Strata, HOA, insurance, property tax, all that looped in. And it's still only $455. And so, yeah, after all the expenses, that's almost $38,000 a year of net income. Cash on cash return puts you at 5.87%. And that's if you're buying cash up front. Now, obviously, these numbers and calculations will change. Your ROI will be slightly higher, actually quite a bit higher, if you're going to be financing some of this. But there's just so many different ways you can finance money, whether you're borrowing money from within Canada or the US, and then just taking that as cash with you to purchase, then you're servicing the debt there. Or there's actually a few options to get financing using your credentials in Canada, your credit rating, your income, your debts, all of that, and then registering that mortgage on a property in Mexico. It can be done. You just have to ask me how. Just send me an email, or even just leave a comment on this one. I'll be able to send you all the information you need. Right, so just over 6% cash on cash return at this point, which is not bad. But wait, there's more. There is some very good products out there that if you jump through the hoops and you get your residency, because hopefully you can qualify for your residency based on the purchase of your investment property. You get your residency and you get your tax number, then you can open a bank account. And once you have those things, you can call up I have an investment banker that I work with in Mexico, and they are heavily incentivizing foreign investment right now, not just in real estate, but in the financial markets as well. Because the more assets they have under management and the more money that they have within their system, the more that they can lend out to fund big infrastructure projects and things to boost the economy, which they are doing very heavily in Mexico right now. They're building airports, shipping ports, highways, trains, everything all throughout Mexico. And yeah, so they're heavily incentivizing people doing so. And so when I say heavily incentivizing, I mean it's pretty darn good. There is currently a 6-month term GIC that pays out weekly at 13%. So if you were to basically you take 6 months of your profits and you put it into a GIC product, and then that waits for that's holding and sitting there for 6 months, building and compounding, because you just reinvest everything you put back into it. And then you take the next 6 months of profit from the Airbnb, and then you loop the profits of the first GIC into the next 6 month term, along with the next 6 months of profits. And that turns your yearly income from almost $38,000 a year up to $53,000 a year. The power of compounding and the power of patience, my friends, which brings up your annual cash on cash return up to like just under 9%, which is pretty crazy. But think about that. A studio condo making you $53,000 a year of cash flow. That's $4,400 a month if you were averaged it out. Now, of course, you don't have access to that capital right away because it's invested into a term policy. But if you're willing to wait, good things come to those who wait. So yeah, and that's not even factoring in the average neighborhood rate increase. Right now, according to AirDNA Analytics, the average nightly rate is increasing in that neighborhood by 9% per quarter, which is crazy. So like, imagine if you just take 9% per year. And so your second year, that $53,000 of profit is now $60,000 worth of profit from your studio apartment, which takes you into the 10% range of an annual return on your upfront initial cash investment. That's if you are purchasing in cash. So that's it for Money Making Mondays today. Beautiful condo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. There's definitely money to be made out there. Yeah, leave me a comment if you want access to my buyer's guide. I have taken information from all over the internet and finding what other people have been putting out for information to educate the public and educate their clients. And I was gravely disappointed at the level of education that's out there. So I compiled my own product that will be constantly updating. It's full of links and resources. They'll take you to other pages, and I'm definitely not afraid to send you to other people that give out good quality information. Whether it be their YouTube channels or outsourcing to government websites or other websites or what have you. But yeah, leave a comment below if you want the buyer's guide. And actually, you know what? I'm going to have a link for it in the description. And yeah, so we'll go from there. That is Money Making Mondays for today. And I am out.